Never.
No countdown. We're live. Right to it. Red button pops up. Here we go. WinDailySports.com NBA show. No JJ today, so we're getting wild on this wet Wednesday. I'm joined by Adam. How you doing, bro?
The adult in the room is gone, so God help you all.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. When I get control, I'm surprised I even know how to share my screen on this platform. But yeah, the countdown is not an option for us when I'm hosting. Just FYI, guys.
It just hit the button.
Yeah, just be happy that I'm sharing my screen at this point. Like this platform is interesting to say the least. But let's get to it. Let's play Wheel of Fortune of who is active tonight, because I don't know what's going on, but COVID's literally yelling "I'm back" louder than Cam Newton was in his first week with the Carolina Panthers this season.
Yeah, and unfortunately, COVID's not getting benched like Cam Newton either. So
yeah,
right now,
it's
okay. So we did just get some come right across. Christian Wood has been ruled out. So welcome to Alperen Şengün Chalk Night. He was already the highest rostered player on the slate, and that was before Wood was officially ruled out. So that's just going to jump even higher in these next 90 or so minutes before lock. So one part of your cash build done. Put in Şengün.
Wow, what a time to be alive. Everyone playing Sen. I call him Sengun because the guy's just a beauty, but wow. Oh my God.
I mean, the bad news is like he finally gets this shot, and it's really not the best spot, but in cash games, you just can't avoid it. And it's not like he can't get it done either.
Cool, might as well start with Houston because they have like 3.5 guys active tonight.
Four players.
Christian Wood's out. Kevin Porter Jr. is out. John Wall just isn't down.
Just isn't playing this year.
Yeah, Eric Gordon is old, so he's sitting out tonight for no apparent reason. He's just old. Out. Yeah, he's literally just old. Jalen Green is still out.
Yeah, I mean,
wow,
it's Şengün. It's KJ Martin. I'm sure DJ Augustine's going to be up there. You know, the only thing is we do have some.
Sorry to cut you off. This is very bold. 100% Darius Garland. Very bold. That is.
Listen, I wrote him up. I wrote Darius Garland up. I would not have 100% exposure. Let's not get carried away.
If it's 100% exposure in one lineup, 100% exposure.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
I am okay. But if you're doing 100% exposure, like in a 20 max or like a 150, even a 3 max, man, that's bold.
Yeah, I would.
Darius Garland.
I would point you away.
If you want a Cleveland,
I like
Garland. Yeah, that's 100% Darius Garland. Wow.
So for the Rockets, listen, like Cleveland has good defense, but they're literally going to have 4 or 5 active players that can actually do anything on the basketball court. Pretty much any combination. Jason Tate, Brooks, Şengün, Martin, August, all these guys are going to be in play, and you really can't go too far wrong. I know it's an 11-game slate, but like 2 or 3 of these guys in every lineup probably really isn't the worst path to take right now. Like they have to play, even if they get blown out, they have to play. There's just no bodies left. Like blowout doesn't matter to that side.
Yeah, exactly. And 3 guys that definitely pop out to me. For those that weren't in Discord that day, I have like Alperen Şengün. I actually mentioned him in the season preview show as how talented this guy is, and he's basically a baby Sabonis. So yeah, let's just leave it at that. He's so good. I could talk about Alperen Şengün for the next hour and a half. I don't care if it's pronounced Sengun. I say Sengun because he's just a beast, and I really like this. I don't know. I don't mind eating that chalk. I'm okay with it. It's kind of gross, but I'm okay with it. Like what's KJ Martin Jr. at right now? Is it high?
He's 4th.
Like he would be my pivot. He would be my pivot. So if he's 4th, that's kind of gross.
He's 4th, and I'm sure he's gonna pop up. I mean, so we know we got to play these guys in cash. What's your take on GBP? Are you still eating these guys? Or are you finding value from others?
I mean, I'm basically getting Sabonis for $4,500, so I'm down.
So you can have baby Sabonis and real Sabonis for like
I'm probably just gonna go I'm probably just gonna go Sabonis bros stack.
I really can't blame you because I love the spot for Sabonis now.
Who are the Spurs playing again? Can I get DeJounte Murray in there too?
DeJounte's not expensive. He's fairly priced against Charlotte.
Who are they playing?
DK.
They're playing Charlotte?
They're playing Charlotte. So on Fanduel, he's like 9K.
Right.
So
what?
If you're playing Fanduel and you don't have DeJounte Murray tonight, me and Ghost are coming to your house.
That's bold. I'm probably coming anyways, just because you're playing on Fanduel. But yeah.
So I usually don't, but they threw me a voucher tonight, so I know I'm going to play one. I will 1,000. I don't care. The only reason DeJounte Murray would not be in my lineup is if he gets scratched. That's it. 9K versus the Hornets. What, are you kidding me?
That last defensive rating, second in pace.
Yeah, exactly.
He's going to triple level tonight.
I really think he's got a good shot at that.
He's going.
And last I looked, his rebound prop was 7.5 for plus money on DK.
In the first half?
I'd be taking the over. I'd be taking the over on that one.
And it'll probably take him 9 minutes to get that.
10-2 on DK. Like I said, it's not an unfair price, especially with the bonuses that DraftKings gets out. But I don't think he's like FanDuel. He's a must for me. DraftKings, he's certainly in play, not an absolute must. Because part of the problem is, I really want to play Trae Young again tonight too, and I want to play Jokic, and I want to play Sabonis. There's a lot of studly players in really excellent spots tonight. And the nice thing is we have the value to get two of them, but it's still hard to pick two. I'm
just going to try and make a lineup with Beal, DeJounte Murray, and Sabonis bros. That's literally that's Christmas Day. Oh my gosh. Okay, but before we get, we'll talk about that Atlanta game since I know you absolutely love Trae Young. But look, guys, I like all jokes aside, I don't mind Sun Gun Chalk, but it is kind of gross. That's the only thing. You guys know I don't like playing 60% roster players in tournaments, but it's baby Sabonis.
It's a little gross in GPP on an 11-game slate to play 60% Shengun.
Yeah, the edge is completely out the window, right? So if it was anybody else other than baby Sabonis, I would say automatic no. But yeah, anyways, TBD on that one for me. My pivot would be KJ Martin Jr., but if he's third in rostership, then that idea goes out the window. So
yeah, he's gonna fly up.
That's the only thing. And I will I don't know if I'm gonna roster one of these guys, but two viable punts for me are DJ Augustine and Josh Christopher.
So realistically, and we'll touch on Atlanta in a second, but I think the pivots are going to wind up being the Heat, who are in a very similar spot as far as bodies available to play. And they I assumed they were going to be the chalkiest team on the slate. That's kind of not the case. Everyone's going to Houston. And
then when
Lowry
when Joel Embiid gets ruled out, everyone's going to go to Philadelphia.
And they already have value with Niang and Korkmaz out. So if
everyone's just going to go to the latest team.
Exactly. So there's going to be some viable pivots here. And I mean, let's talk about the Heat because they're without Bam. They're without Jimmy Butler. Now they're without Tyler Hero. They have 4 guys available. It's Lowry, PJ Tucker, and
immediately no. You're done. You're done. Immediately no.
Listen, we were kind of talking about this in Discord, and I mean this seriously. If you think PJ Tucker can continue to shoot 9 from 15 from the floor and grab at least
takes him a week
8 rebounds.
Anyways, I'm gonna go on mute for this one before I
get at least 8 rebounds and have at least 5 assists, then by all means you can play him at 5,300. I do not think that's gonna happen again at all. I just don't see it. I understand the Heat are down bodies. They have a ton of shots to go around with who they're missing, especially. I get that. I really do. But even if Embiid doesn't play, he's still going to be down against Drummond, and Drummond can still rebound the ball, if nothing else. If PJ Tucker scores 40, then you know what? I missed out on PJ Tucker. I don't care. I'm not playing PJ Tucker 5,300 on an 11-game slate. It's just not happening. It's not. He's not going to continue to shoot that well. That's who he is.
I'm not going to talk about PJ Tucker. I'm not going to comment on that one.
Give me Struss at 3,100. Give me Gabe Vincent at 45.
Give me Duncan Robinson. Give me literally anybody give me Udonis Haslem just to make a point. I will take anybody that is breathing on an NBA court tonight or PJ Tucker. But anyways, you got a love for Trae Young tonight. Are you slotting him in on DK or DeJounte?
It's a really difficult decision
Normal Bamba.
I mean, Young's
the paint's going to be open too a little bit. Wendell Carter Jr. doesn't know what he's doing around the rim. He has no idea what he's doing around the rim.
And they were already, ranked pretty low as far as points in the paint allowed.
Yeah.
Young's the 5th in drives to the hoop. He's got the pick and roll game just wide open with Capella and Collins now. I wouldn't be surprised if he scores 40 combined assists and points and probably double-doubles. You can't say triple-double with Trey because he's not going to rebound enough, but double-doubles well in play here. Well in play.
I don't mind Okeke or Franz Wagner in this matchup for tournaments only.
Yeah, I had Franz in honorable mention. His price is still fair.
And they draw the matchup against John Collins, so I like that.
You're hoping that Orlando can keep it close, and they've been pretty decent against the spread. I think they can keep it close enough to give Trae Young full minutes, basically.
I like it. It's a premier pay-up option in Trae Young. I like it.
You're not really touching that game other than that, yeah?
No. I might play Okeke depending on what the model says. I'm going to go on it after. I'm going to try to see.
Me. I mean, Capella's 8K. He could have a monster game, but 8K for Clint Capella's getting a little dicey. A little dicey.
It's a bit much, but with Bamba out, I might take a stab at Okeke. He could really drain the 3.
I think
depending on what the model says. I gotta update it after we get off the show. But
if you're in that 8K range for center, I would rather just drop down either Bobby Portis or Jakob Poeltl. Especially if I'm not playing DeJounte Murray. I
also forgot to mention I really like Jared Allen in that range against Houston.
He's about as expensive as I'm willing to pay. I think he's up there too. But especially now with no Christian Wood and just like the Atlanta spot, any resistance in the paint is pretty much gone.
Yeah, it's gone. So that's it's an interesting spot. Low risk, but the ceiling is going to be tough to get there. But I don't think I'll land on him. But if you guys land on Jared Allen, I'm okay with that.
Right. That's where I was at.
Look, we could talk about this Miami game. Realistically, guys, pretty much everybody's in play other than PJ Tucker.
Everybody on the Miami side, they have 8-9 guys.
Yeah, they have 8 guys active. Personally, I don't know if I'm playing Kyle Lowry. Are you playing Kyle Lowry?
Probably not, just because Drew
I don't know if I can get there.
Just going to take a larger priority for me. I know Drew's going to have to face Malcolm Brogdon defense, but with no Giannis, I don't really care. And look, Milwaukee might be without Middleton as well. And if that's the case, Drew Holiday is just the much better play for 600 less on DK in my eyes.
Yeah. So I'm
if
TBD
Middleton's
on
in,
Lowry.
Close.
I don't think I'm going to play Lowry. I think I'm going to roster Drew anyways because I hate Middleton.
Yeah.
Middleton's like a 6th man at best. But anyways, I actually hate Chris Middleton. He blows.
6 man. Jeez.
No, on a really stacked team, all jokes aside, on a really stacked team, he should be a number 4 option on offense.
I mean, he was number 3 on a championship team. Pretty much number 2, but yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, it helps when you have one of the
best players but
ever seen just dominating.
Yeah,
the finals.
getting
he was still there,
getting triple covered, and he still can't hit a shot. But anyways, I'll probably still play Drew anyways. I don't think I'm gonna play Mike Lowry tonight. I don't think I could do it.
I don't think I'm gonna end up there. I mean, it's one of those things. If I need to in cash, that's fine, but past that, probably not for me.
Word. I like that. Are you playing I do like Strauss, obviously. Are you playing Gabe Vincent at all at 45?
Yeah, I can. I think he was showing out in the model a little bit. I don't want to completely speak for that because I need to double check. It's been a couple hours since I looked. But yeah, I mean, Strauss was number 1 in the model, started 100. It's kind of hard for him to completely flop for you there.
That small forward eligibility is huge too because it blows on DraftKings every single night.
You can move him around a little bit. So for the Bucks game, we are still waiting on Middleton.
We're going to that
Drew's definitely a major target no matter what. It takes an even further bump up if Middleton's out. Portis is kind of tough to get to because he took away power forward eligibility for him.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that.
It's
so annoying.
And that's kind of a pain on DraftKings. You can still play him at power forward on Fanduel. I think he's a little bit easier to fit Fanduel-wise than anything else. I don't know if I really want to eat up one of my center spots with Bobby Portis.
That's what I have right now. I have double center with Bobby Portis. But Miles Turner's on a mission right now, man. It's the only thing.
He's trying to show out for his next team.
Yeah, Miles Turner's on a mission right now. So I don't know if I'm going to I don't know if I'll land there. I have it in my builder right now just in case, but I don't know. I don't know if I'll get there. Just play Lowry on FanDuel. You got to play Lowry on FanDuel. FanDuel updates their pricing like every 4 to 6 business weeks. And now that we're going on holidays, it'll probably be like January 15th. So just play Lowry.
With that price difference, FanDuel, it's Lowry.
Yeah, you have to.
It's holiday.
Danny and why you gotta play Sabonis. You gotta play Sabonis.
I love him in this spot. No Giannis makes this spot so much easier on him. He's one of the best players in the paint as far as scoring and paint touches in the league right now. He's another guy who
he's the best.
Who doesn't really want to be in Indiana. If all reports are to be believed, he wants out. He's playing like he wants out. Taking Giannis away to defend the paint and the rebound, like who is stopping Sabonis down low? Because it ain't going to be Bobby Portis. Brooke Lopez broke his back in like game 2. Hasn't been seen since.
Yeah.
They don't have the defense to really hang with Sabonis down low. This should be a monster game for him.
I love it. On any other slate, Jalen Brunson would be chalk. Are you playing Jalen Brunson tonight?
Probably not.
Primary behind the versus the Lakers?
I'm playing Drew Holiday. And he finally got a decent price up too, because for the first 2 slates without Luka,
he's at 6.7 now, right?
He was under 6, which was just absurd. It's not even a discussion. But if you find Brunson's a little bit too pricey for whatever you're building, or you don't have a guard spot, whatever the case may be, I'm going to throw out THJ, man. He actually has a higher usage rate than Brunson this year when Luka's off the court, and their fantasy points per minute are almost the exact same. And
you get that forward eligibility too with THJ.
Yep.
Kind of gives you a bit more flexibility.
$1,100 cheaper. Now, he's a lot more volatile because if his shot doesn't drop, he's not going to do a damn thing. Whereas Brunson will at least grab some boards, and he's going to be the primary ball distributor. So it's way more of a risk, but it's also the Lakers. If that shot's dropping, Hardaway might score 35, almost 40 DK.
Yeah, they don't know how to play D. So especially against anybody that has the ball in their hands.
And they're down multiple guys now too.
Yeah,
they're still second in pace. It's a good spot for THJ.
It is.
As spots go for.
I kind of want Brunson in my lineup, depending on what his rostership is. Like if this was any other slate, he'd be 60% rostered tonight.
Yeah, he's 5th. He's like 26%.
Oh, gross.
So he's more popular than he's between Lowry and Holiday. Holiday, Brunson, then Lowry.
That's gross. No,
at least as it stands. Yeah, if he's almost pushing 30%, I'm probably gonna pass.
Yeah, no. I know Lou Dort's out, but it's not like prime Dwayne Wade is out, and now he could load up on LeBron James and Chris Bosh there. Like it's Lou Dort. But
it does help SGA a little bit.
Are you fading this game altogether? Like, are you paying 8.8 on SGA? Like my question is this: Are you paying 8.8 for SGA on a slate with DeJounte Murray and Trae Young and all these other guards on it? Like, are you spending a guard spot on SGA?
The only thing that I would say is I might in a 3 max because I wrote up both guys. I really like the mini stack of SGA and Ingram tonight.
Yeah.
Ingram could take up the small forward spot. You get the 2 primary guys from their team. Ingram's got.
At that point, you're going all in on this game.
Yeah, I mean, you have
not in terms of like number of players that you have in your lineup, but all your production is coming from this game. Like if you're spending 18K your salary in this game, you need this game.
You need those 2 to clear 100 DK, which I think this is a good spot for both of them to do it. On the season, I mean, SGA's at a 1.30 fantasy point per minute with Lou Dort off the court, which really kind of caught. I was like,
it's pretty nuts.
I was like, holy hell! Like, you don't think
he gets to shoot a lot more,
important,
right? And his assist rate plummets during that time because he's scoring the ball so much more.
Taking the ball, and that's
because
what I want.
He can't kick it out to Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey kicks it out to him.
Right.
Like he'll either have the ball in his hands, which the majority of the time he will, or
if there's
going
a
to be
spot
putting it on the deck and you
that
can
I
get to the hoop.
that in, it's against the New Orleans Pelicans. Like, if he can't play the Hornets, which he can't tonight, Pelicans is kind of the nice consolation prize.
I like it. I remember reading that.
I would only be doing this in 3 max. Like, don't hear what I'm not saying. Don't play it in cash. Don't play it in single entry even. But if you're doing 3 or more lineups, I do like that in 1 because nobody's going to play those guys. Pull it up right now.
Hornets getting some guys back. Are you touching any Hornets with everyone still priced up and a decent amount of guys back? Mason Plumlee making his return. DJ Washington likely back. I'm not touching them.
They're still priced as, they got half their team out.
Right. You playing DeJounte?
By the way, that mini stack is under 8%.
Wow. I agree.
Wow. Ingram and SGA.
Wow.
Both under 8%. So
that's big. That's big.
That would be very different.
That's big. I like that in large field games for sure. Yeah, I remember reading it and I was like, damn, it's you.
That's where I'm at.
You had me convinced right off the top. But are you playing DeJounte or Trae Young tonight?
I don't know, man. It's such a tough decision. I think I lean DeJounte just a hair.
As you should.
Just a hair.
As you should. Say it with your chest. As you should.
Look, I think Young probably goes for 50 to 60 DK. I think
Murray's going to have that in like 13 minutes.
This is just the prime spot for Murray. Because sometimes his scoring, is not the best, right? Like, it's the quote-unquote weakness of his game.
Yeah.
So let's look at his last game. He scored 10 real points, just 10. The man put up 50 DK points. If he can post 20 real points tonight, and he definitely can against the Hornets.
60 plus every time.
At 60 plus DK. And I think you're right. I think he triple doubles. This is the perfect spot for him to do it. He can kick the ball to Derek White. He can feed the ball down low into the interior with Pirtle. And, Pirtle's just going to eat in that spot. We've known that. Like, I literally wrote up, it's the flow chart. And the flow chart is pretty much undefeated. Like, Kristaps Porzingis dropped almost 55 DK on Charlotte. That's all it really needs to be said, right?
You guys know me. I'm playing DeJounte in a spot like this. You have to. I play him in some really tough spots, and there's no way I'm not playing him tonight. So
it's the nut spot for him. Absolutely.
Everyone knows how I feel about DeJounte Murray, but I'll go ahead and do this right away. How do we not play Joker tonight? Like, what's the one scenario where you don't play Joker?
You better play him in cash because he's the 3rd highest rostered player on DK tonight.
Outside of rostership, would you fade him for any other reason? Like, is it a price thing?
No. Honestly, we've touched on this multiple times the past couple weeks. Like, he is the whole Nuggets team right now. Like, he got ejected with 6 minutes to go and Denver had a 20-point lead. They almost blew that game. Denver is minus 30 with him off the court. Like, it's historically bad.
They're 10 and 15 without him in his career. They're 10 and 15 without him, and they're like 275 and 200 with him.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
Like, it's not even close. Like, they need him on the court.
With Jamal Murray out, Gordon's questionable, Barton's questionable. He's missed a game. Michael Porter, sadly, is out for probably the very foreseeable future. He is everything. Every other star in the league can take nights off here and there. Like, their teams might lose, but they can take nights off. They can coast. Jokic can't do it. And if they're going to stay afloat until Murray comes back in February, it's on one man's shoulders, buddy. He should be 12.2. He deserves every ounce of that salary. We have so much value. I'm playing him every night. Joker's not MVP, but he should be higher than 4th in the flipping straw poll. Made me so angry.
He's not MVP.
He's not MVP, but he's not 4th either.
I have a really hard time not playing Bradley Beal tonight.
Yeah, I wrote him up. listen, he hasn't had the Bradley Beal year I think we all expected, but he's 8,500 against the Kings.
He's still jacking up 20 shots a game. He's jacking up 20 shots a game.
He's just not shooting well. He's got a 52% true shooting rate. He's shooting 26.8 from three. Like, that's not going to hold the entire year. It just isn't. Beal was way too talented to hold those shooting rates. That's literally all it is. He's just not hitting shots yet. And when he does, man, look out. He's going to explode. He's going to have that game where you go, Beal was 8,500. Why the hell didn't we roster him? You're not getting many better spots than the Kings. I don't know if I can fit him in because of who else I'm playing tonight. It's going to be tough.
Like if Middleton's in, you coming off Drew for Beal?
No, I think even in GPP, Drew? I probably wouldn't. I'd probably still play Drew.
Yeah,
honestly, like Beal again is like a 3 max or higher. He's not a single entry guy for me. He's obviously not a cash guy. I think you have to be playing at least 3 lineups to consider Beal tonight.
I have a really hard time not playing him.
I mean, it's definitely on brand. That's for sure.
It has to be. I'm playing DeJounte too.
You know what's kind of funny?
It's just another regular lineup for me. But they're all
So we have one of the better games on the slate as far as pace and poor defensive ratings as the late night hammer. And nobody's playing anybody from them. Nobody's playing Grizzlies. Nobody's playing Blazers.
You trust the Trailblazers on the second half of a back-to-back?
Trust them? No, but to just see nobody playing anybody from this game is, I don't necessarily think it's surprising because of how concentrated it is up front. But if you took
everyone's investing some value in Houston right off the top, and then they're all playing Joker.
And it's the Bucks. And then it's the Heat,
and then it's
everyone's playing
Joker. Like it's all the dominoes have already fallen at that point.
Right. But
like you're not getting fired up to play $6,000 Dennis Smith Jr. in this game. Like it's
if you play Dennis Smith Jr., you're just being foolish now because everyone's bad.
Right? Like it's just
everyone bought McCollum. I mean, a guy like Simons, I still like. He sucked last night, but 33 minutes, he shot 3 of 13.
Larry Nance Jr. is still really cheap too.
Who is?
Larry Nance Jr.
Yeah. I mean, he got put in the starting lineup, and at least for fantasy purposes, he's responded. 29 and 30 DK at 4,600 against Memphis.
Like would that be one of your pivots to Sengun at 4,500 if you want exposure to his game?
Oh boy, it really could be. I mean, price wise, it fits perfectly. I don't know if I have the guts to do it because I do think Sengun could very easily pace 30 points without
he can lead the slate in scoring if he wants to. If he tries and he gets 38 minutes and he actually really goes out there and balls out, he can lead the slate in scoring. He's that good.
I don't know about that, but
he's that good. He's so good.
He could easily. I mean, Nance could drop 15 DK and you could just get boat raced. But it's at least somebody to consider.
Yeah. I just have trouble getting to the pay-ups in this game. Like as much as I would like, I would really want to play Dylan Brooks or Desmond Bane in this one, but it's just we have so much salary invested in the earlier games where I can't.
I mean, the thing with Brooks is he's still cheap. Like I know
from a sheer volume perspective, like it's the same kind of argument that we made for Bradley Beal, right? Like Dylan Brooks is going to hoist up 20 shots tonight,
right? And I know we've been on him on nights where he hasn't played super well, but like the Grizzlies been blowing people up lately. Like it's not all his fault. Like even this last game, he played 27 minutes, but he scored 36 DK.
Well, they beat OKC by what, like 100?
Like 80. They killed Philly by over 30. Like they've just been playing really well without Morant. It's a credit to that team, but like you're gonna get that game similar to Beal, where Brooks is gonna go for 50 and he's gonna be 6,400, and you're gonna be sitting there being like, "Oh man, I should have played Dylan Brooks tonight." Like this is one of those games that could happen.
So this would be some of your GPP pivots might be coming from this game.
I think
you get a little one-to-one action going back and forth.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and like, listen, if you want to play Nance, it doesn't mean you have to fade Sengun. You can play both of them. You
can definitely play both. Straight. If anything, you're making a safer lineup because you're avoiding the 3K punt range.
Right. So, like, if you could play both those guys at your forward spot, you could still spend up for Jokic, and then you could probably still afford one of the guards. If you prefer Trae Young, that's cool. You want DeJounte Murray, and then you still have other values to work with.
I like it. I absolutely like it. Garland over Jrue if Middleton's in. I'm still taking Jrue.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I would still take Jrue there, 100%.
Yeah.
Again, I wrote up Garland. It's a GPP play only, and you have to understand who you're likely fading in that scenario. So you either have to work your lineup so you're still playing Garland and Holiday, or you have to be okay with the fade and realize that Garland has 30 DK in his outcomes. Jrue probably does not, given their scenario.
Yeah. Should we fade Houston? For me, fading Houston would be like playing Josh Christopher or playing DJ Augustine. Like play one of them because they're so cheap that it doesn't matter if the team in general and that offense doesn't do well, because like for me, fading Houston doesn't mean having zero of them tonight. Like you need at least one Houston Rocket for me. And if you're going with that strategy where I want to fade Houston, you would literally just fade Sengun and KJ Martin Jr. and that's all you have to do. And then you play one DJ Augustine or Josh Christopher.
Right. That's what I was going to say. You have to still have at least one. They're so shorthanded. And it's just like the Nets secondary guys swore last night. Yeah, Cam Thomas bit us, but literally every other cheap net hit because it was just almost impossible for them to fail. And that's pretty much where Houston is tonight. The only guy salary-wise that could fail on Houston is probably Tate. And
yeah, it's expensive.
That might be it. Like even Brooks might have a tough time flopping at 5,500.
Yeah.
Like, everyone else almost can't fail.
Yeah, especially the 3K guys.
Right.
Are you playing Capella or Collins at all? If you are you taking one of them?
Man, it's so hard to pick those guys. I lean Capella just slightly, but I don't know how much exposure I'll have to either guy.
I just don't know if the ceiling's there for them right now in tournaments. If you're absolutely stuck on one of these two guys because you want to, by all means, go for it. I would take Capella over John Collins tonight, but I'm not playing
like I said,
either one of them.
I would still play Pirtle over both.
Yeah.
Even if you already have DeJounte, I think I'd still play Pirtle over both.
Yeah. Lowry, Struss, Grayson Allen, Sengun, Sabonis, Jrue Holiday, Nasir Little, I assume, and Bradley Beal. Wow. So you got Lowry with Sabonis because you faded Joker.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be hard for me to. I mean,
like it should.
We know I don't.
It's a different path. It's a different path. Just like at that point, you got to hope that Joker goes for like 55 to 60. Yeah,
you got to hope he falls under.
Yeah. Trae Young, Garland. You love Darius Garland tonight, eh? Max Struss.
I'm never writing up Darius Garland.
Sengun, Joker, Cam Reddish, Nance, and Len. I would go Keki over Len as long as the model says so.
I would as well.
You in this. I'll update you once. I do have Alex Len fairly high just because Marvin Bagley's out now, so that definitely gives him a bit of a boost in minutes. But maybe Sacramento's rotation will actually be normal now that Alvin Gentry is not behind the bench tonight. So
yeah, good luck.
We'll see.
I will say Okeke's up to 4th in roster chip already.
Really?
That
many people are watching the show?
He came cooking up the other shit.
That many people are watching the show? Damn. Trey, I really like Christopher tonight, man. He grades out really well for me. Grayson Allen, Sengun, Joker, Holiday, Love, and Len or Okeke. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
Just confirm Okeke versus Len. I'll update it for you guys when we get off the show. It's Wet Wednesday, bro. You have to. Absolutely. Alex Len, Loki, yeah, of course. Trey, Struss, Grayson, Sabonis, Holiday, Little, Brooks. So it's very similar to the other one.
So here's the thing.
You faded Joker there. You got Aaron Brooks. Okay.
To me, if you want to play, if you want to get some exposure to that late game, and I would drop Trey and rework something and be willing to eat the Jokic chalk. Because when you play Nasir Little and Dylan Brooks, your lineup's already way different because nobody's really playing those guys. So I would rather have Jokic than Trae Young at 10% roster chip. That's just how I would look at it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Joker MVP? No, absolutely not. What else do we got? Sabonis Bros. DeJounte, Struss, Okeki, Sengun, Jokic, Allen, Sabonis, Len. Congrats on winning 100K tonight.
Yeah, send it.
AD is in.
Yeah, but here's the thing with that. All three Lakers are supposed to be in.
Yeah.
AD's probable, but you got to remember they're without Tucker, Monk, and Dwight Howard now.
I can't wait for them to get blown out by 20 because I took them on the money line. I took them on the money line at plus money because I had all three guys in the model.
But I think all three guys even have to do even more tonight. I think that might actually help them.
That's what I'm banking on. Like I'm hoping that they don't pass the ball. Yeah, like they don't pass the ball.
Right.
As long as Russ doesn't take 20 shots, they're winning this game.
The only other guy that should be taking shots for them tonight is Carmelo. And that's about it.
Yeah.
Who else?
He's the best shooter they have. Yeah. He's literally the best shooter they have on that entire roster. Keldon Johnson against Charlotte, 5,300 Fanduel. On Fanduel, maybe. Yeah, I don't mind it.
I mean, he's cheap on Draftkings too, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't mind it.
I think he's 56. Like I just want the other three guys. I want Murray, White, or Pirtle. And I understand the prices aren't exactly the same, but
yeah. I mean, especially Fanduel where it's small. Like, take advantage of the fact that they added MPE there, right? So like you have a lot of shooting guards that are randomly slotted in at small forward. Like Tyler Hero is a small forward. He hasn't played a minute of small forward in his entire career, right? So like you have to take advantage of players like that. Obviously not Hero tonight there. I know he's out, but I'm just saying like you have to take advantage of scenarios like that where you could load up on guards quite easily on FanDuel because of the fact that there are so many shooting guards that are small forward eligible.
Evan Mobley's out.
What?
Evan Mobley is out. He's some type of hip injury. I mean, they're playing the Rockets. It's probably just, go have a seat.
Hip injury. He's like 17. What hip injury? Can't even order a beer. A hip injury. Oh.
Did he like fall on the court, like, go up for something and get his feet knocked out on him? He took a dive. I don't know, man. Not exactly great.
I'm probably going double center with Jared Allen now. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna get off of Portis and go up to Jared Allen. As if it wasn't hard enough to go with Portis and Joker. Now I'm gonna have to go up to Jared Allen. This is oh my god.
So it's kind of interesting. Allen does not see any increased usage or fantasy points per minute when he's off the floor.
Kevin Love's gonna be 96% roster tonight.
I don't know about that.
I'm actually gonna throw up.
I mean, Dean Wade's starting, so it helps a little bit.
Yeah, we're just gonna end it on that note. I'll actually go over Daniel's lineup. You got it right in time, Daniel. Lowry, Christopher, Struss, Sabonis, Podol, Drew, Sengun, Portis. Guys, all these lineups look great. Don't get me wrong. Like they all look very good. Just make sure you have a second one with Nikola Jokic. Like,
yeah, I'm not seeing a lot of Jokic, and I'm not.
That's the only thing. Like, where I see that the majority of these lineups have all 8 out of 8 guys, or 9 out of 9 on FanDuel's case, where they're all guys that either Adam wrote up, which the article is amazing today. Make sure you guys go and read it as always. It literally is every day from him. And then make sure you go and read that. So if a player's in the article or we talked about him on the show, I see 8 on 8 for DK lineups of guys that we're talking about, but I've seen very few to none with Nikola Jokic, guys.
And Jokic was in the article. I just didn't say a whole lot of stats.
I have him projected as a leading scorer of the slate by 14 points.
And you can it's not difficult to get to him tonight. If you fade him,
so
you better hope and pray he gets ejected early or something, because
you got to hope that he goes for 55.
It's hard for
55 is your max. Because if he goes for 70, 75,
you're done. You're toast.
That's the only thing. So don't scrap any of these lineups. Always make a second one, even if it's in a 10-cent contest. No matter what, even put it in a free contest if you want. Just make sure you're always making a second lineup and then get that done. DeJounte Murray or Domantas Sabonis? Jimmy, buddy.
Why you do this to me, man?
What is that?
Okay.
I can't.
Okay. So
no, I can't answer that. That's not fair. That's not fair.
I'm playing both.
That's literally my two boys.
I'm playing both on Fanduel, so I'm going to make that real easy because they're both like 9K flat. On DK, I think the path of least resistance is probably Sabonis. But that also means DeJounte Murray's like not rostered, which is a mistake.
I'm going to email DK and ask them for 100K in salary because then if I play both of these guys, I can't play Joker, and that's a problem. So I'm just going to email Draftkings and tell them add a 0 to my salary.
Oh my goodness.
Available for this contest, and I'll be able to play everybody that I want. And
both guys are like 7% on DK too. That did not help. Nobody's playing these guys.
DeJounte Murray triple doubles tonight.
I like that call. I actually think we can go bet on it.
That's what I'm going to do. If I don't play DeJounte Murray, I'm going to be very sad. I'm going to be very sad in myself if I don't play DeJounte Murray tonight. So I'm likely going to have to play DeJounte Murray.
I lean Sabonis, but I don't. It's so hard to choose, man.
I want to play both, but I can't with.
I know.
I can't with that. That means I'm fading Drew. I'm fading everybody. Like,
you start to fade too much. Even if you can come up with a lineup,
it's way too much.
That you can jam in Jokic.
Oh yeah, mathematically speaking, it's definitely possible. I could load up on Josh Christopher. I could get. I could probably even get Sengun in that lineup. I could.
Right.
TJ
you
Martin's
can probably swing it.
Like, yeah, for sure. Strauss is stone cold minimum. Like I can. Mathematically, I could definitely get it, but
it's too much though.
Fading all the Heat outside of Strauss. Fading Milwaukee, fading the main Houston guys like that. I don't know. I don't know if I could do that. So
might need. I mean, Philly's still in flux. Like Embiid's not guaranteed. Like Andre Drummond's 4,700 if Embiid doesn't play. Like he's not getting the minutes he was, but 4,700 for Embiid's ridiculous. Or
are you playing Drummond on FanDuel over Joker?
No.
If Embiid is out.
Nope.
Cool. That was a very quick.
Joker's only like 1,100, I think, on FanDuel, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. WinDailySports.com NBA show. Thank you for the laughs. I hope you guys all had a good time. You're going to see that the shows are going to get quite fun, as if they're not always fun, but they're going to be a little spicier than usual leading up to the holidays because it's that time of the year. So here to have some fun, here to make a ton of money. Adam, thank you, bro, for not only joining me tonight while JJ is hosting his show, but also for writing yet another amazing article. And we will see you both in Discord. Take it easy, guys.